Welcome, everyone. Get ready. We're diving into something pretty amazing. A celestial event, actually. It's happening next week, January 21st, 2025. Mark your calendars.
It's not every day you get a planetary parade.
No, not at all. But this isn't just any planetary parade. We're talking 7 planets, all aligned in an arc across the night sky.
Wow, that's...
I know, right? Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, even Uranus and Neptune. You'll be able to look up and see, like, the vastness of our solar system laid out before you.
It's pretty incredible when you think about it.
It really is. And what's even more fascinating is that this planetary alignment, it happens to coincide with the Mahakumbh Mela in India.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's a massive spiritual gathering, right? It only happens every 144 years.
That's like almost impossible to comprehend.
I know. So you have this incredible intersection of science and spirituality. Makes the whole thing even more meaningful, don't you think?
I think it adds a whole other dimension to it. It's like
Yeah,
these two huge events happening at the same time.
exactly. This Mahakumbh Mela, it's expected to draw like 450 million people.
450 million.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling. That's like the entire population of the U.S., Canada, and Mexico combined.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
A lot of people all in one place, right? And for them, the core belief is that during the specific time, if they bathe in these sacred waters, it cleanses them of sins. It aligns their souls with cosmic energies.
It's that connection to something larger than themselves. We see that across so many cultures and throughout history.
Oh, absolutely. And, when you think about the planetary alignment happening at the same time, it adds this whole other layer of meaning.
Right, like it's a sign maybe or a blessing, something that reinforces that connection to the cosmos.
Exactly. And from an astronomical perspective, this alignment's pretty special too. It's all about the planets' orbits and how they happen to line up from our viewpoint here on Earth.
Right, right. We're seeing them all in this, well, relatively straight line, but it's rare. From our perspective, sure. But in the grand scheme of the solar system, it's just the planets doing their thing.
Still pretty amazing to witness though, right?
Absolutely. It's a reminder of how dynamic the universe is. It's constantly moving and changing.
So true. And think about this. Mars is going to be super bright during this alignment.
Oh, why is that?
It's in opposition to the sun. So it's directly opposite the sun from where we are, fully illuminated.
Oh, I see.
And then you've got Venus and Saturn. They'll be in conjunction. That means they'll appear super close together in the sky.
I'll have to try and spot that. It's moments like these celestial events that really connect us to something bigger.
It's a reminder that we're all part of something so much greater than ourselves.
Exactly.
And this event is accessible to everyone. You don't need a fancy telescope or anything. Just look up.
It's true. The brightest planets, they'll be visible to the naked eye, even with some city lights.
So no excuses.
Yeah, no excuses. Everyone should take a moment to look up and appreciate this.
Absolutely. It's a chance to connect with the night sky, with the universe.
Yes.
It's a canvas that's been captivating humanity for, like, forever.
It makes you wonder, if this alignment were to happen again in another 144 years, what would the world look like? How would we be viewing it then?
That's such a good question. Would we even still be around?
Maybe. But what would our technology be like? Our understanding of the cosmos? Would we still see it with the same sense of wonder?
It really makes you think, right?
It really does. I guess that's part of the beauty of these events. They challenge us to think beyond ourselves and our time. They make us question, explore, and wonder.
I like that. They make us wonder. And I think that's a great place to leave it for now. But don't worry, we'll be back with more on this amazing planetary parade and the Mahakumbh Mela in our next deep dive.
Until then, keep looking up. It really is something special, though, when you think about how these different interpretations, like the scientific one, the spiritual one, or even the astrological view, they're not necessarily like separate.
Yeah, you're right. They can all work together.
They can. And they can offer us this much richer understanding of what's happening up there.
They each bring something unique to the table, don't they?
Mm.
Like, astronomers can explain the how of it all.
Right, the mechanics, the nuts and bolts of how the planets align.
But then you have the cultural and historical significance.
Exactly. And that's where spirituality and philosophy come in. We explore the why.
Why does this matter to us? What does it mean?
Exactly. So for our listeners out there who are like, okay, I'm sold, I want to see this planetary parade, any tips on how to get the best view?
Yeah. Where should we be looking?
Well, the good news is you don't need any fancy equipment to see the brightest planets in this alignment.
No telescopes needed.
Nope. Not for the main players, at least.
All right, so which ones are we talking about?
Well, Mars, Venus, Jupiter, and Saturn, those will be visible to the naked eye. But if you want to try and spot Uranus and Neptune,
Oh, yeah, the more elusive one.
yeah, then you might need some binoculars or a small telescope.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that because I remember when I was a kid, I had this pair of like old binoculars that my dad gave me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I would try to use them to see Saturn's rings. It was just so exciting to actually see something like that.
I bet. There's something about seeing those celestial bodies with your own eyes. You know, it really hits home how much is out there beyond our daily lives.
And where should people be looking in the sky?
So the planets are going to be spread out in an arc across the evening sky, and Venus is a good starting point because it's usually the brightest thing up there after the moon.
Ah, the evening star.
Yeah, exactly. Once you found Venus, you can kind of trace the arc from there to find the other planets.
It's like a cosmic treasure hunt.
I love that. A cosmic treasure hunt. It really is. And even if you're in a city with a lot of light pollution,
Yeah, that's a problem for a lot of people.
it is. But don't be discouraged.
Yeah.
You can still see the brightest planets if you can find a spot with minimal direct light.
Like a park or something.
Yeah, park your backyard even. Just try to minimize that glare.
Totally worth it. Especially for an event like this. I mean, how often do we get to see a planetary parade?
Yeah.
Thinking about all of this, I bet our listeners are starting to think about some pretty big questions.
Yeah, like where do we fit into all of this? What's our place in the universe?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's only natural to look up at the stars and start to wonder.
Right. It's that sense of awe and wonder, but also a little bit of, whoa, we're pretty small.
But it's not just about feeling small, right? It's about connecting to something much bigger than ourselves.
It is. It's about recognizing that we're a part of this incredible cosmic dance, a dance that's been going on for billions of years.
Wow, that's a beautiful way to put it. And it'll keep going long after we're gone.
Exactly. It puts things in perspective, doesn't it? It makes you realize that our individual lives are just a tiny part of this much larger story.
A story that's still being written.
And who knows what the next chapter holds?
It's almost like, with this alignment happening at the same time as the Maha Kamela, it's highlighting how interconnected everything is.
It is.
You have millions of people gathering for this deeply spiritual experience, and then you have these celestial bodies doing their thing, aligning in this spectacular way.
And it makes you wonder, right? Is it just coincidence? Or is there like a deeper harmony at play?
I mean, it's a pretty big coincidence if it is, right?
That's true.
And thinking about the Maha Kamela, it's incredible how these ancient traditions are still so powerful today.
It shows how deeply rooted that desire is, that need to connect with something bigger than ourselves.
Totally. And those rituals, the traditions, they've been passed down for centuries.
Exactly. Like the Maha Kamela, it's been bringing people together for, well, who knows how long. It's a testament to that human need for shared experiences.
For those moments where we feel like we're part of something bigger,
Exactly.
it makes me wonder, what will the world be like the next time this happens?
When this alignment and the Maha Kamela coincide again.
Yeah, 144 years from now. What will our relationship with the cosmos be like then?
Will we have figured everything out? Will we have all the answers?
Or will we still be looking up at the stars, searching for meaning?
I think there will always be a sense of wonder, no matter how much we learn.
I hope so. Imagine future generations looking back at this event.
At this planetary parade and this massive gathering.
And seeing them as these, touchstones.
Or reminders of our connection to the cosmos.
Exactly. Well, we've certainly covered a lot in this deep dive.
We have.
And for our listeners, I hope you feel inspired to look up at the night sky on January 21st.
Don't miss this planetary parade.
It's a chance to experience something truly awe-inspiring.
And who knows, maybe it'll spark some big questions.
Maybe it'll make you wonder about your own place in the universe.
And that's a good thing, right?
Absolutely. So, until next time, keep looking up and keep exploring.